Good morning and welcome. Absolute pleasure to welcome you to Coddle Coffee. We are here face to face, which is absolutely great to see the world changing and coming back to some kind of normality. We're here at Coddle Coffee, which is an iconic Victorian coffee roaster that's expanded into Kuala Lumpur here in Malaysia. I am here with Adly Mohamed, the Chief Commercial Officer for HDC, the Halal Development Corporation here in Malaysia, and with Melanie Harris from Austrade, who are both here today to discuss the involvement with the World Halal Business Conference and the engagement we're having in that halal supply chain and the fact that it's coming to Melbourne for the very first time offshore outside of Malaysia. I'll hand to Adly to give us a bit of a background about HDC and its engagement in the World Halal Business Conference.
Okay. Thank you, Ian. Good morning, Melanie.
Good morning, Adly.
Okay. HDC, Halal Development Corporation, is a government-linked company under MITI, which is Ministry of Industry and Trade Industry, and we are the custodian of the halal ecosystem. All right. Under HDC, we have two divisions. One is called Industrial Development, that looks into roadmaps and all the studies on the halal in Malaysia and globally. For us, we are the commercial. We provide services from consultancy, training, halal parks. It's under us also, and also halal event management that's going to be organizing this event on 1st and 2nd September. But we are the custodian of the halal ecosystem, and we believe that that the world needs to participate in this industry, in the halal industry, because there are 2.2 billion Muslims and growing at a 5% rate every year. Halal means not only for Muslims, but for everybody. The misconception of some people having that halal means Muslim. No, no, no. Halal means it is also meant for non-Muslims, right? If you have a company has HACCP, which is mandatory to have when you export, you just add 3 more elements and you got halal. You know, so it's not difficult to get, but it's something that I would like to say by 2030, it's a business worth 3 to 5 trillion US dollar. And I believe like for Australia, 20% of that global halal meat is from Australia, involving 70 countries of exports, right? So HDC being the custodian, we've been having this World Halal Business Conference 13 times. And it's always been within us, and we get even the Australian High Commissioner become our very important speaker from all over the world. Then we decided, why not we export this brand and inculcate the awareness and understanding of halal throughout the region. And the first region we came out, when we discussed the first time, was Australia. So this year, September 1st and 2nd, will be the first World Halal Business Conference. During that session, we have B2B engagement, networking, even halal training. I can safely say that we have 75 packs for the halal training from various industries. So that's how HDC, being the custodian of the halal ecosystem in Malaysia, trying to spread the word and understanding of halal, we created this first World Halal Business Conference circuit. So congratulations to the State of Victoria and also Austrade for taking the initiative to work along with us.
Thank you very much, Adly. So you briefly mentioned that it's been 13 times here in Malaysia, and the 14th time is going to be held in Melbourne. So can you tell us about the decision to take it offshore, the fact that it's international, obviously says a lot about the engagement. It's an international halal supply chain. So can you talk a bit about the fact that it is now international? It's something that you want to focus on, not just for Malaysia.
Yes, correct. First and foremost, people ask me, why Australia? To us, Australia is the food basket of the world, right? Like I said, 20% of the billion-dollar business is contributed from Australia. So that's number one. And then the fact that it's a global economy, right? What better way to inculcate a clear understanding of halal begin by having these circuits. Now, we in HDC have already contacted or negotiated and also signed multiple agreements and MOUs with China. We have 4, Taiwan, sensitive, and also Indonesia, Thailand, and so forth. So we believe, as I always say to my colleagues, the pie is so big, let's cut and share. All right? Now, and people are slowly understanding that halal is not just meat. It's not just meat. You know, the industry on pharmaceutical wellness. You know, in fact, some of my consultants went to Sydney and Melbourne to discuss with a company or producer of multivitamins to get halal certification. Right. Now the next question is, okay, but why Malaysia Halal is pushing this, which is under JAKIM. JAKIM is the certification body. Throughout the world, JAKIM's halal certification is looked upon as the benchmark. Why? For the past, I think the Global Islamic Index voted Malaysia as number 1 for the past 8 years in a row, right? Because we have the best protocol. Now, once we have, in Australia, we have 20 over certification body of halal. 7 are JAKIM recognized. 7, which is quite big, to be honest. So that's why when we hold it to Australia and the first going out, the reason is because we want to show to everybody that halal is a global business. Right? Of course, we would like Malaysia to be the hub for the halal industry.
Melanie, representing Austrade, you represent Australian trade partners. How do you see the partnership between Austrade and HDC for the World Halal Business Conference benefiting those Australian businesses?
Oh, thanks, Ian. And it's great to be here with Adly and yourself and face to face. Look, we see that conference is a great opportunity to showcase the halal opportunities in Malaysia for Australian companies and for them to tap into those. And as Adly mentioned before, there's a misconception about halal being just about food and beverage or meat.
Yes.
And it's not. It goes so much further. And we want to use that opportunity at the conference to showcase that and explain it and talk about it and start a great dialogue between Australian companies and Malaysian experts.
Thank you, Melanie. Adly, can you outline some of the benefits you would see from both the Malaysian and international delegates that are coming to the World Halal Business Conference, and how that might facilitate growth of those industry players in the development of Malaysia and the international halal ecosystem?
Just to give a picture of how popular World Halal Business Conference is, which is our brand, last year it was all online. We had almost 70,000 people viewing it at the same time from 100 countries. You know, so the build-up we did which was very successful, was the World Halal Business Conference web series to promote that what we're doing now. It helps people to understand what is it all about. Now, at the same time, when we have World Halal Business Conference in Australia, we are going to have business B2B networking. We have representatives who are C-suite, representing the meat, Malaysian, pharmaceutical. The 2 big companies are coming, and we are going to do some trade investment talks. We are going to do business matching, and also we're doing halal talent skilling. Like I said, we have about 75 participants in various projects. In fact, we'll begin before the first and second. So in other words, what I would say that delegates who come to our World Halal Business Conference will not only understand halal better, eradicate all the misconception, think about the business networking opportunities you have. You are actually having business owners themselves coming, right, between Australia and KL. Now, the third one, is the fact that we also want to show to the world that it is a global business. Rather than we keep it ourselves in Malaysia, and like I used to say, we're just talking about ourselves about how great halal is, but nobody else is listening. Understand what is halal certification, or you want to connect with a Malaysian company, or Malaysian company want to connect with the Australian company. Remember, whenever we talk trade, it's never one way, it's both ways. That's
Absolutely.
our way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, thank you, Adly.
So I think, to recap again, delegates that come into this World Halal Business Conference, there are multiple angles that you could see to benefit you. Either you want to understand what is halal certification, or you want to connect with a Malaysian company, or Malaysian company want to connect with the Australian company. Remember, whenever we talk trade, it's never one way, it's both ways.
So Melanie, can you outline some of the industries that you've been engaging with that you would be expecting that would be benefit within the World Halal Business Conference?
Yeah, well, as Adly mentioned before, like a few of them, obviously F&B is one of them, but what we'd like to sort of see in the F&B space is a little bit more conversation about manufacturing. We believe that Australian companies have got great supply of fresh, clean and high quality inputs into the manufacturing halal food chain. And Australia's world-class food safety standards combined with Malaysia's strong halal compliance and standards, you know, we can create a new benchmark in the halal economy. And I think that's a great thing that we should be striving for. I'm in healthcare, again, as Adly mentioned, it's like he knows all my answers. You know, we think that, you know, Australian and Malaysian pharmaceutical companies having that conversation, and I'm really looking forward to the fact that two of the big ones are coming to Australia. And we hope that that conversation will start and we can see some collaboration going forward. We know of a couple of clients that have been, you know, working in that halal space with their pharmaceuticals and their, you know, complementary medicines and stuff. We would like to sort of see that, you know, continue.
And look, big pharma is something where that two-way trade already exists. So it's something that Malaysia are very good in the manufacture and production of pharma, and supply some of Australia's major pharmaceutical companies. So there's a lot of that engagement already happening. It's a chance to engage and build on
and
that.
share it. Because it's happening, like, share it with the world, talk about it, explain it, and I think that's an opportunity at the conference that we've got is, you know, some of the speakers that we'll have will be sharing their experiences with everybody else and spark a little bit of initiative from some others, I think.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
Absolutely correct. And you just mentioned the speakers, and I have to say, looking at the speakers, it's very high quality, high profile speakers that are, you know, that are very senior in their industries. They are very involved in that halal supply chain. They've got vast experience, and the content is going to be something which is just going to, you will learn. Okay, well, I want to thank you both for being here today. And I'm just going to ask you, Adly, are there any final comments that you would like to add?
First of all, I would like to thank Austrade and the State of Victoria for being good, smart partners, and for us together to build this conference. Maybe we can have it every year or every 2 years. Maybe we look. But the thing is, it's a first step for us, and we have to thank both of you for allowing us the opportunity to do that. But the last message that I would like to urge everyone who is interested in the USD $3 to $5 trillion business, come, listen, understand, and then meet the thought leaders, meet companies who are in the industry, meet companies who want to be in the industry. You know, there's a lot of business B2B opportunities, and we only restrict, remember, only 300, only 300. You know, not 3,000. We do not want to dilute the session. There's a website, is whbc.hdcglobal.com.
And Melanie, any final comments you'd like to add?
I want to echo Adly's comments. It's a great partnership between the three of us. I think Austrade, Victorian Government and HDC, and we're really excited about the conference and to see some successes come out of it, but just to see people sharing their experiences in the halal economy and, you know, tapping into that trillions and trillions that Adly's talking about.
So thank you very much for coming here today at Coddle Coffee.
Good coffee, great coffee.
Thanks for having us, Coddle Coffee.
Yes, thank you very much. And look, on behalf of Victorian Government Trade and Investment Officers, I would like to thank you for being here. We value the engagement that we have in market and being able to link Victorian business with industries, and we really look forward to hosting you in Melbourne. So thank you very much.